There are many different types of traffic tickets you may have received or heard of in your driving experience. And there are stop sign tickets, there's speeding tickets, there's parking tickets, cell phone tickets, and more. And these are generally referred to as what's called Part 1 offenses. They are fixed fines and penalties. However, there's a relatively small classification of charges called Part 3 offenses that, even though they're a type of traffic ticket, they have very serious potential consequences. And one of these is stunt driving in Ontario. So let's investigate. What is a Part 1 traffic offense? Example, speeding. The law describes a Part 1 offense as a less serious. A more accurate description is that the provincial offences officer is elected to proceed by way of a less formal ticketing process rather than compel the person's attendance in court through the Part 3 mechanism. The maximum fine for Part 1 is $1,000 and imprisonment is generally not permitted penalty. And this means that the maximum fines and penalties are generally fixed and demerits are assigned, but the charge cannot really get worse than what is set out in the law. So for example, a 29-kilometer speeding ticket equals $130.50 penalty and 3 demerits. This cannot be altered. This is as good or as bad as the charge can get. So what is a Part 3 offense, a traffic offense? Example, stunt driving. A Part 3 offense is a more serious classification of charge under the law. The penalties are not fixed. Rather, they exist in a range that is determined by the province. So for stunt driving charges, the province considers you a public safety threat and needs to evaluate each case individually. A stunt driving charge, for example, has a fine with a minimum of $2,000 and it can grow as high as $10,000 depending on the nature of the circumstances, the prosecutor, and other factors. Also, the jail time ranges from 0 all the way up to 6 months. The mandatory driver suspension ranges from a minimum of 1 year and up to 3 years. So what does a Part 3 offense driving ticket mean for you? Well, getting a stunt driving charge means you need to get legal advice. This way, you can get a law firm that specializes in stunt charges to evaluate your circumstances and, based on experience, make a determination of what range your penalties will look like and develop a strategy to help fight the suspension, the fines, and possible jail.